Today we will talk about the blockchain technology, learn the basic of the blockchain technology and why it can enhance trust in both record keeping and financial transactions. Blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hacks, or cheat the system. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transaction that is duplicate and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. Each block in the chain contains a number of transactions, and every time a new transaction occurs on the blockchain, a record of the transaction is added to every particular ledger. The decentralized database managed by a multiple participant is known as distributed ledger technology, known as DLT. Blockchain is a type of DLT in which transactions are recorded with an immutable cryptographic signature called a hash. This means if one block is one chain was changed, it would be immediately apparent it had been trapped with. If hackers want to corrupt a blockchain system, they would have changed every block in the chain across all the distributed version of the chain. Blockchains such as Bitcoin and Ethereum are constantly and continuously growing. A block or being added to the chain, which significantly adds the security of the ledger. Why is there so much hype around blockchain technology? There have been many attempts to create digital money in the past, but they have always failed. There are issues in the trust. If someone creates a new currency called the X dollar, how can we trust that they wouldn't give themselves a million X dollar or steal your X dollar from themselves? Bitcoin was designed to solve this problem by using specific type of the database called a blockchain. Most normal database such as SQL database have someone is charged who can change the entire giving themselves a million X dollar. Blockchain is different because nobody is in charge. It run by the people who use it. What more, Bitcoin can't be fake, hacked, or double spent, so people that own this money can trust that is have some value. What is a blockchain? A blockchain is a distributed database that is shared among the nodes of the computer network. As a database, a blockchain stores information electronically in digital formats. Blockchain are best known for their crucial role in cryptocurrency system such as Bitcoin for maintaining a secured and decentralized record of the transactions. The innovation with the blockchain is that it's guarantee the fidelity and security of a record of data and grant that without the node of trust their third party. One key difference between a typical database and a blockchain is how the data is structured. A blockchain collects information together in groups, known as blocks, that hold sets of information. Blocks have a certain storage capacity and when filled are closed and like to previously filled blockchain. forming a chain of data known as the blockchain. All new information that follow the freshly added block is compiled into a newly formed block that will then also be added to the chain once filled. A database usually structured its data into tables, whereas a blockchain, like its name implies, structured its data into the chunks, blocks that are stored together. This data structure inherently make a irreversible timeline of data when implemented in a decentralized nature. When a block is filled, it is set stone and the become a part of this timeline. Each block in the chain is given an extract time stamp when it is added in the chain. Blockchain is a type of shared database that differ from a typical database in the way that it store information. Blockchain store data in blocks that are the linked together via cryptography. As new data comes in, it is entered into a fresh block. Once the block is filled with data, it is chained onto the previous block, which makes the data chain together in chronological order. Different types of information can be stored on a blockchain, but the most common use so far has been the ledger for transactions. In Bitcoin case, blockchain is used to decentralize why so that no signal per, no single person or group has control. Rather, all users collectively retain control. Decentralized blockchain are immutable, which means that the data entered in irreversible. For Bitcoin, this means that transactions are permanently recorded and viewable to anyone. How does a blockchain work? The goal of blockchain is to allow digital information to be recorded and distributed but no edited. In this way, the blockchain is the foundation in immutable ledger. A record of the transaction can't be altered, deleted, or destroyed. This is why blockchain are also known as the distributed ledger technology known as DLT. Blockchain decentralization. Imagine that a company owns a server farm with 1,000 computers used to maintain a database holding all of its clients' account information. This company owns a warehouse building that contains all of these computers under one roof and has full control of each of these computers and all of the information contained within them. This, however, provides a single point of failure. What happens if the electricity at that location goes out? What if its internet connection is severed? What it is burned off the ground? What if a bad actor erases everything with a single keystroke? In any case, the data is lost or corrupted. What a blockchain does is to allow the data held in the database to be separated out among several networks nodes at various locations. This not only created redundancy but also maintained the fidelity of the data stored therein. If somebody tried to alter a record at the instance of the database, the other node would not be altered and thus would prevent a bad actor from doing so. If one used tamper with Bitcoin record of the transaction, all other nodes would cross-reference each other and easily point table of node with the incorrect information. This system helps to establish and the exact of the transaction order of events. This way, no single node within the network can alter information held within it. Transparency, because of the decentralized nature of the Bitcoin blockchain, all transactions can be transparently viewed by the either having a personal node or using blockchain explorer that allow anyone to see transaction live. Each node has its own copy of the chain that gets updated and fresh blocks are confirmed and added. This means that if you want to, you could track Bitcoin where it goes. For example, exchange have been hacked in the past where those that kept Bitcoin on the exchange lost everything while the hacker may be in, entirely anonymous. The Bitcoin that they extract are easily traceable. If the Bitcoin stolen in some of these hackers were to be moved or spent someone, it would be no. Is blockchain secure? Blockchain technology achieves decentralized security and trust in the several ways. To begin with, a new blocks are always stored linearly and chronographical. That is, they are always added to end of the blockchain. After a block has been added to end to the blockchain, it is extremely difficult to go back and alter the contents of the block unless a majority of the networks has reached and consents to do so. That's because each block contains its own hash, along with the hash of the block before it as well as the previously mentioned timestamp. Hash code are created by a mathematical function that turns digital information into the string of the number of the letters. If that information is added in any way, then the hash code change as well.